We're going to continue talking about the horizontal line equation. So if you were unsure how to write an equation for a horizontal line, my advice would be draw it out. So let's just draw a random horizontal line and let's just sort of piece it together. All right, so let's pretend we have a horizontal line. Okay, and let's make a couple points on that line. Okay, so let's say this is the point 0, 2, right? Let's say this is the point 1, 2, and let's say this is the point 2, 2. If I were to put these points in a chart, right? So 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2. The pattern I would notice would be that y is always equal to 2 regardless of x. So how do I say in math that y is always equal to 2? I literally do this, y equals 2. And that is the equation of a horizontal line. So in general, anytime you have a horizontal line, which by the way has 0 slope, right? It's going to be y equaling some constant number. All right, now the same logic applies to a vertical line. So again, if you were like, I always forget the equations for vertical lines, all you need to do is draw it out and make a chart of points. Okay, so let's draw a vertical line. And it doesn't have to look good, it just has to be relatively straight here. And we're gonna put some points on the vertical line. So what are some points? Here, here, and here. So let's say this is the point 1, 0. Let's say this is 1, 1, and let's say this is 1, 2. If I put these points in a chart, one thing I notice is that x is always equal to 1, regardless of y. So how do I say that in math? X equals 1. So in general, when you're writing a vertical line, x is going to be equal to some constant. And don't forget, the slope of this vertical line is undefined because it is vertical. Okay, now continuing, we want to talk about parallel lines and perpendicular lines. So parallel lines, recall, they kind of look like train tracks. That is the notation. They have the same slope. So in general, since slope is indicated by the letter m, m1 equals m2. And just a quick example, let's say I have y equals 3x minus 5, and let's say I have y equals 3x plus 16. You'll notice that these two equations have the exact same slope, therefore they will be parallel. A good exercise is to graph these equations on Desmos, and you will see that that is correct. Now, perpendicular lines do not have the same slope. If I have perpendicular lines, my slopes are opposite reciprocals. And the notation for perpendicular lines looks like that. So slopes are opposite reciprocals. So if one slope is m1, the other slope is negative 1 over m2. And to give a concrete example, let's say I have y equals 3x minus 5, right? Well, the slope of a perpendicular line, the opposite reciprocal of 3 over 1, which is my current slope, is negative 1 over 3. And it doesn't matter what the y-intercept is. So perpendicular lines are opposite reciprocals. In the last video, I'm just gonna do an equation, not an equation, but a problem that sort of asks you to construct a perpendicular line that goes through a certain point. I will see you in the last video.